Everybody, welcome back. So what we're going to go over today are some of the different cloud providers that are out there. Since we only have 5 weeks in class together, basically we're not going to be getting technical experience with all of them. We're going to focus on Google Cloud just so that you can at least get somewhat deep technical experience with one of them. But again, what you're learning in here can be taken and applied to nearly any environment. Obviously, you have to tweak syntax for maybe Python versus C Sharp if you're going AWS to Azure or whatever your language of choice is or environment of choice, but the key concepts are going to be the same. So this video, I kind of want to highlight some of the different cloud providers that are out there. And if you look in the blog post on, you know, GCP or AWS or Azure, basically those are kind of the three leading providers. Right now, Amazon is just blowing everybody away in the cloud. AWS is absolutely huge right now, and I'm sure you are all well aware of that. Google Cloud and Azure are two other ones that are also very popular. Microsoft tends to be more popular if you're already a Microsoft environment, right? Like if you already have Exchange servers, you're already running Windows Server, all kinds of Windows-based infrastructure, you're probably going to migrate to Azure just because it's a nice ecosystem, or you're in AWS because that's most popular right now and it's popular for a reason. It's very, very good. Google Cloud is also up there with one of the very good cloud providers as well. They don't have quite the market penetration yet, but again, their tool set, I really enjoy working with it. I'm not saying AWS or Azure are bad. I have more experience with Google Cloud personally. So that's why we're mainly focusing on that. But everything you learn about in here, you can do in AWS or Azure. So here I've got four tabs open here. First one is Google Cloud. So again, this is what we're going to be working with. This is just their homepage. I've shown you this in other videos, but kind of what you want to do with these cloud providers is to get a feel for what services they have available. Um, Key concepts and key ideas and basically key considerations for picking a provider. Do they have the services that you want? More than likely, they probably will because they're all going for market dominance with a similar portfolio. And do they have the pricing that you want? So, cloud, Google Cloud, Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure, they all have slightly different payment schemes. So, just be aware that whichever one you pick, obviously you're going to have to pay for. Make sure that pricing scheme is what you want. So, um, two links that I would highly suggest you check out in any of them. What products do they have and what is their pricing scheme? So for cloud, you pay for what you want. Every single product is going to have a price associated with it. So for instance, I just clicked the price list and I'm looking at the Vision API, which should basically be like machine learning on images or video. Um, so here I would get a pricing guide for the API. So it is deep in here somewhere. Oh, there we go. So Google Cloud, if I want to do text detection, it's free for 1,000 units per month. After that, it's $1.50. Anything over 5,000,001 calls, it's 60 cents per call, basically. Or sorry, per 1,000 units. So again, just one random example that I picked here, but there is a pricing guide with very, very detailed information here. You go over to AWS, right? So this is where we're in Amazon's ecosystem, right? What products do they have? Well, here is everything that is available. Database tools, Amazon Aurora, relational databases, Elasticsearch, DynamoDB, here's your NoSQL DB. Maybe I want a compute type of situation where I need virtual machines. Well, that's your Amazon EC2, right? So there's my EC2 information. And you probably have heard of some of this, at least in passing. Um, if this is all kind of unknown and nebulous to you, watch the intro to Google Cloud, watch the intro to the cloud products that I've got up there. Kind of goes through infrastructure versus platform versus software as a service type environments. But here, let's say we want to create virtual machines. How much will that cost me? Well, there's a free tier. There's an on-demand tier. Maybe I need a quick instance. Hey, there's also flexible pricing models. So this is a little bit different. If I have a 1 or a 3 year term, I get a little bit of a cost savings. So again, different pricing plans for different companies. Just something to be aware of as you go. Microsoft. Again, Microsoft Azure, big player in the cloud computing environment. What do we have? Products tab right there. Here's everything that you need. Honestly, looks very similar to Amazon's products tab, right? So a nice little drop down and featured products. Virtual machines. There we go. Windows or Linux VMs on demand or as needed, basically. So here's my products. Here's my pricing. Burstable VMs. So basically, do I need a kind of bursty slash spotty high workload type of VM? Well, it's $0.008 per hour. Maybe it's optimized, nearly 9 cents per hour. General purpose, about 10 cents per hour, right? So, and again, with Windows, you're probably going to get more of a Microsoft style plan as well. So the key not is here not necessarily to say that one is better than the other. Um, with any kind of computing type of technology, it's a game of trade-offs. If you could hear that. Um, Basically, what we have going on here is what is useful for your environment, what makes the most sense, which products are available, and is it going to work for your ecosystem? So those are the big three. But we also have lots of other cloud providers as well. One of the other popular ones is DigitalOcean. I'm not trying to like highlight one versus the other, but this is one of the other ones that are out there. Do you want Kubernetes? Do you want databases? Do you want virtual machines? Here they call them droplets. Again, these are all more or less pretty common across cloud providers, but the considerations and the particulars will be different. So, without going too in depth on one or versus the other, we're going to do a deep dive into Google through this class, but just be aware these are the things that you have to deal with when picking a cloud provider. And once you pick one, you're probably going to be stuck with them for a while because you're going to build up your entire ecosystem and infrastructure around this cloud provider. So do a little bit of research before you get into it and make sure that you pick the one that you want, because otherwise you have to migrate everything over to somebody else. So do your reading and you will hopefully have a reasonable cloud experience. Anyway, hope this was helpful. I'll see you on the next video.